And a very warm welcome to the Eiffel Tower Stadium. It is the venue for blind football at the Paralympic Games, Paris 2024. Weather today, well, it is a little bit threatening. Got some clouds in the sky, a few spatters of rain. We do hope that it holds off. I'm Hans Fraunlab. I'm with Anthony Wells. Anthony, our session today, blind football, it's medal day.
Yeah, what a session, my friend. It's such an honor, such a privilege to be here alongside you, to be here at this incredible venue where in just a few moments, around 9 minutes, we have this South American clash, this South American Clásico. It's Samba versus Cumbia. Colombia versus Brazil, the bronze medal game for the first time since blind football started being played at the Paralympic Games back in 2004 in Athens. Brazil are not in the gold medal match. Keeping in mind, Brazil are the 5-time Paralympic winners. They lost to Argentina 4-3 in a penalty shootout in the semifinals. That is why they have the bronze medal match versus Colombia, and a good opportunity to get their 6th straight Paralympic medal. And on the other side, you have Colombia, the top team in Group B. They were able to reach the semifinals on their Paralympic debut, but then lost to France, the home side 1-0 with a late goal. So an important statistic for us to point out here, Hans. Brazil and Colombia have faced each other 23 times, with 18 wins for Brazil and 5 ties. So the Colombians have never beaten Brazil, and the question now is, can they pull off the upset on the big stage on their Paralympic debut? So here are the Colombians, led by Jhohan ARDILA, the goalkeeper.
This is really new territory for Colombia. They have a chance to do something they've never done before. First of all, beat Brazil, as you said, but opportunity for a first Paralympic Games medal for Colombia, so it's a huge opportunity for them. Huge challenge. And here is Brazil.
And here are the favorites. 5-time Paralympic champs Brazil, led by the goalkeeper there, Luan Lacerda.
An unaccustomed place for Brazil, playing in a bronze medal match, but here is the path. France and Argentina will play for the gold medal. Colombia and Brazil contesting for the bronze medal. Final day at blind football, and this has been the place to be in Paris, Anthony.
This is the place to be, and let's take a moment right now to enjoy the national anthems of Colombia and Brazil.
Now, if you can, please be attending for the national anthem of Colombia. Mesdames et messieurs, si vous pouvez, veuillez rester debout pour l'hymne du Brésil. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Brazil.
Well, the pride of two nations here at the Eiffel Tower Stadium. Eiffel Tower in the backdrop. Late afternoon in Paris. And Anthony, as we await and as we look at the starting lineup for Colombia, run us through the starting lineup.
Yeah, all eyes on Jhon Gonzalez, the number 9. He's referred to as Blind Football's Radamel Falcao. Remember him in reference to a Colombian striker who played at the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia. Juan PEREZ, who scored the 2 golazos for Colombia in the competition, not starting.
It's an opportunity to remind us that substitutions are available, so we'll explain the rules of blind football as the matches progress. 6 substitutions for each team in each half. So we do see frequent substitutions, and once players leave the match, they can re-enter. Here are the substitutes.
Yeah, this is the Colombian dugout. The star man there, the number 10, Juan Perez Quintero. The golazo against Colombia on match day 1, and the golazo against the Colombian golazo against Japan on match day 1, and then the winner against Morocco. So those 2 goals made sure that Colombia qualified as the top team in Group B.
And here is the starting 5 for Brazil.
Yeah, Ricardinho, 4-time Paralympic champ. He scored a wonderful goal against France in that 3-0 win. 3 times the best player in the world. There's Nonato. He's the top scorer of the competition with 3 goals. And then Thiago Paraná, nicknamed Thiago Paraná because he's from Paraná, which is one of the 3 states in the south of Brazil. Nice to see some Brazilian supporters in the bleachers as well. Here's the dugout, Jardiel and Jefinho. The Paralympic Pele, Hans.
Yep.
You can expect him to jump in over the course of the game.
A lot of strike power in this entire Brazilian roster. If you've never seen a blind football match before, it is for the visually impaired. All the outfield players, B1 classified, have visual impairment. They're wearing eye patches and eye shades. However, the goalkeeper is fully sighted and acts as a guide player. So this is why the goalkeepers are not wearing eye shades.
Yeah, and you can see that the field is divided into 3/3, right? So in the middle third, as we see the officials, quite international, France, Argentina, Thailand, and Romania, the nationalities. But in blind football, the pitch is divided into 3/3. In the middle third, that's where the coach can communicate with the players. In the attacking third, that's the work of the guide. And then in the defensive third, the work of the goalkeeper. In theory, my friend, because at times, you know, they like to bend the rules a little bit. So we're going to see how things play out here. The coin toss in just a few moments to determine who's going to get first possession.
Exchange of gifts and good wishes before this match gets underway. And this place has been rocking really right through the whole tournament. And again, another sellout tonight. It's going to be absolutely epic.
I mean, really high expectations, right? France, silver medalists in London in 2012. Argentina, 4 Olympic medals, but 2 bronze, 2 gold. 2 bronze, 2 silver, no gold. So stakes are high. This clash is expected to be excellent as well. A repeat of the final of the Parapan in Santiago last year. Keeping in mind, both teams met for the bronze medal game at the World Championship in Birmingham, and Brazil destroyed Colombia 7-1. So the Colombians will want revenge.
Well, I'm sure they'll have taken away memories from that match. And one of the great things, too, is spectators are able to enjoy the sport with the benefit of some assistive devices. Colombian coach, Fernando Carrillo.
Yeah, there's Fernando Carrillo, 51-year-old manager. He's been Colombia's coach since 2017. Since he took charge, good things have happened for Colombia. 3rd place at the Copa America in Santiago in 17, 3rd place in Cordoba 2022, silver medal at the Parapan in Chile last year. There's Nonato. He's the top scorer of the Paralympic Games with 3 goals. And now Fabio Vasconcelos, head coach for Brazil since 2013, former goalkeeper, won gold in 2004 Athens, 2008 Beijing, and 2012 London.
Now the crowd being asked for quiet. There's a sound-making device in the ball. 3 guides giving direction from outside the kickboards to the athletes, but silence essential as we prepare to kick off. Opening kickoff, and we are underway in this bronze medal match in blind football. Colombia in the yellow jerseys, playing right to left, Brazil in the green. First half is underway.
Yeah, and just to recap that statistic, Hans, 23 matches. This is the 24th game between both sides. 18 wins for Brazil and 5 ties. So Colombia have never beaten Brazil. They'll be looking to do that on the big stage here.
Nonato! Snapshot, great save.
Nice save there from Jhohan Ardila, who has been just a solid goalkeeper for Colombia, really.
And Parato with a shot. Thiago da Silva. Good start for Brazil.
Yeah, just a low laser there from Thiago Paraná, wasn't it? On frame, a good save from Ardila. Off to a hot start. This is how we expected it to be.
Gonzalez and Hernandez. The kickboard, shepherded over the goal line. Casillo, restart to Brazil.
Just 2 players in this Brazilian team were not part of the conquest in Tokyo. Jonathan, who missed one of the penalty kicks against Argentina, and Maicon, the number 4, who are in the dugout. Everyone else has at least 1 Paralympic title. Ricardinho, who you see there on the left wing, he has 4. He's got 10 goals in the history of the Paralympic Games. 1 in 2024 here in Paris. He scored against France on that 3-0 win on match day 2.
Casillo setting the offense. Going the aerial route. Easy stop, another feature of blind football. That rectangular area right in front of the goalkeeper, that's the goalkeeper's area. They cannot touch the ball outside that area.
Yeah, you have talked about this, right, Hans? The outfield players are blind. They rely solely on sound to play the game, so really any noise coming from the stands can disrupt the flow of the match. Here's Nonato, nice run into that left-hand side. But then the goalkeeper is sided, but he cannot leave that small box that's around him. No offside, of course, as well. Always important to point out. And then in regular football, we count up towards 45 minutes. In blind football, we count down from 15. And each team is allowed 4 fouls in the half, right? So starting from the 5th, if it gets to that number, the opposing side gets a direct free kick from the 8-meter mark. Another important rule pertaining to cécifoot.
French term for blind football, cécifoot.
Cécifoot.
Very poetic, I kind of like it.
Played at the Paralympic Games since Athens 2004. Brazil won every edition, so for the first time they're not in the gold medal match, but they do have a shot here at their 6th Paralympic medal.
Set piece opportunity here for Colombia. Gonzalez in the corner, looking to start the set play. Gonzalez had some space. Now Colombia reset. Hernandez goes to the left kickboard, finding space for Gonzalez.
A rough challenge there from Thiago Paraná, who scored 1 goal in Tokyo. This is Jhon Gonzalez, blind football's Radamel Falcao. He was the top scorer of the Copa America a couple of years ago in 2022. He won the Copa Libertadores title back in 2015, and since then has been a member of the national side. He scored the winner against China just a few months ago in the Grand Prix. Still seeking to find the back of the net in Paris.
Another opportunity for the Colombians. And lofting it into the penalty area. Hernandez had a pass at it. Goes over the goal line. And we will have another set piece. Corner for Colombia. Contesting well. If they felt overmatched by Brazil, they're not showing it, Anthony. Contesting.
Yeah, it's expected to be really a tight game. Both teams looking for that rebound win following the loss in the semis. Brazil are without a doubt the favorites, but Colombia are not expected to make it easy.
It's one of those matches they can play with really no pressure on their shoulders. Their opponent heavily favored, so they can play with some freedom. And that's a word I've seen a lot of interviews with a lot of the players, and they talk about being on the pitch. They feel free when they're playing.
Totally. And you saw the advantage of playing with no pressure on your shoulders for Colombia in the group stage. All right, a win against Japan, a win against Morocco. They were able to tie Argentina 0-0. Even had chances to perhaps win that game.
Ricardinho, so often the playmaker for Brazil.
Yeah, 10 goals for Ricardinho in the history of the Paralympic Games. He had 4 in 2008, 1 in London in 2012, 3 in Rio 2016, 2 in Tokyo, and 1 goal thus far here in Paris.
That will be Shepard over the goal line. So it'll be the restart for Colombia. Goaltender has to throw the ball, has to land on their side of halfway for it to be a legal restart. Turnover possession, here come Brazil. Good defensive stop.
Yeah, Alex Martinez in the way there. He has been such an instrumental player for Colombia in that middle third. Always running back and forth, always really disrupting the flow of the opposing side.
Gonzalez makes a good turn out of his penalty area, starts upfield. Heavy tackle by Plana. Hernandez recovers. And ooh from the crowd as the ball was moving into that striking area. Ricardinho loses his footing. A little bit damp out there. Renato fighting off defenders, gets it away, just wide, creating space for himself.
Yeah, this play just really shows the footwork on Ricardinho and Nonato, huh? And that ability to just shift direction quickly, find the angle, find the space. Daria is expected to have a few saves over the course of this game.
Could be a busy man in this match.
Yeah, busy man.
Seal coming forward. Making a bid for it. Colombia defending well.
Yeah, that was a nice run from Casio. Two-time Paralympic champ in Rio 2016 and in Tokyo.
Renato playing defender. Turns over possession. Brazil come forward.
Yeah, Brazil with a little bit more ball possession, 53% against 47. Along the lines of what we expected, really.
Cardinho looking for Nonato, lurking dangerously. Gonzalez fights off, regains possession. Colombia to restart. Here are the players saying voy. What are they talking about, Anthony?
Yeah, voy in Spanish means to go. So whenever the player is going to challenge for the ball, he needs to say voy. If he doesn't do that and goes for the ball, it's a foul. It's always very important to say voy. So you're going to, if this is your first time watching blind football, you're going to listen to that word a lot over the course of this broadcast. So we're past the midway point of the first half. Brazil and Colombia still goalless.
De Silva presses into the penalty area, runs into a wall of Colombian defenders.
At the World Championship in Birmingham last August, Brazil beat Colombia 7-1 in the bronze medal game, but in the final of the Parapan in Chile, it was just 1-0. So you really don't know what to expect.
Talk about a defensive adjustment.
Absolutely.
Castillo. Hernandez fighting for possession now again. Castillo turns. Defender coming forward again. Real contest along the kickboard. Castillo into space now. Dispossessed. Regains. Heavy contest from Gonzalez. Back to the keeper. Colombia will reset. 5:46 remain in the first half.
Yeah, less than 6 minutes left till the end of the first half. Brazil have been doing the majority of the attacking, Colombia most of the defending. That's kind of how we expected things to go down.
We're going to have our first substitutions, Anthony.
Yeah, Jardiel and Jhohan are going to step in. Jhohan, ladies and gentlemen, is nicknamed the Paralympic Pele. 4-time Paralympic champ.
Jardiel has a goal in this tournament from the penalty spot.
There's Jardiel. He was in Tokyo as well. Scored twice in Tokyo. Has 1 goal in Paris. Scored one of Brazil's 3 goals in the victory against France on match day 2. And this is the guy that I was talking about, Hans. This is Juan Perez Quintero. You know, they call Jhon Gonzalez the blind football's Radamel Falcão, where I like to call Juan Perez the blind football's Arjen Robben, because he's a left-footed player, but he likes to play on the right-hand side, right? So he can cut inside, you know, and take those shots with that excellent left foot of his, and that's exactly what we saw in the match against Japan, the victory against the Japanese, and the victory against Morocco as well. So the Brazilians really have to watch out for Perez's left foot.
He's not wearing orange, but it's bright yellow.
Yeah.
Jardiel immediately into the action coming forward. So strong on the ball and against the kickboard. See him use his body to shield the ball. Nifinho. See the substitutes immediately seeing action for Brazil.
Brazil have really impressive numbers in the Paralympic Games, right? 31 matches, 23 wins, 8 ties, no losses, 60 goals scored and 4 conceded. I know Brazil lost in the penalty shootout.
Ball in the area. Nonato gets a shot away, and the rebound. Ball still loose.
Yeah, nice stop there from Ardila on that near post. And this play really illustrates once again how the goalkeeper cannot leave that area. So even though the ball's right in front of him, he can't reach it. So even though, just to conclude my train of thought, even though Brazil lost the game to Argentina, in the semifinals. It was settled in a penalty shootout, so at the end of the day, it goes down as a tie. So Brazil have 31 matches in the history of the Paralympic Games, 23 wins, 8 ties, no losses, 60 goals scored, and just 4 conceded.
Great illustration here of the point that Anthony was making. Goaltender made the stop, but cannot reach outside that area to grab the ball off the deck.
2 solid saves from Daria.
Has to wait patiently again for that ball to reach the goalkeeper's area. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the first half of this bronze medal match. No score. PEREZ looking for his first touch.
Yeah, Brazil with 5 shots, 4 on target, just 1 for Colombia.
A little disarray in the defensive area for Brazil. PEREZ trying to take advantage, hard contact on the kickboard from Castillo. Into the area for Gonzalez, he will restart. Good touch from Martinez. Daria creating space. Closely by Gonzalez. Impressed with Colombia's defensive positioning so far, Anthony.
Yeah, so far Hernandez and Martinez, very much to thank for that.
Heavy contact. Brings a whistle and a free kick.
Yeah, now Colombia are playing with 2 strikers, 1 defender and 1 midfielder. After PEREZ entered the match, 2 team fouls for Brazil right now. After the contact here from Nonato, Raimundo Nonato Alves Mendes. 10 Paralympic goals throughout his career. He scored 6 in Tokyo, behind only Maxi Espinillo and Zuhair Snisla. The Moroccan player was the top scorer with 8. Maxi had 7, Nonato had 6. He's got 3 so far in Paris. Scored once as well in Rio.
And let's listen as the setup in these set plays. First opportunity for the goalkeeper to set the defense. Now the guide.
Changement pour l'équipe de Colombie, la sortie du numéro 5, Alexandre Martinez.
Before the action,
Hernandez is going to step back in. 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go.
so a good set piece opportunity here for Colombia, so they're going to make a substitution. Hernandez back on the pitch. See the guide behind the goal. He's giving direction to the Colombian offensive players. Listen.
Yeah, derecha, so that's the right post. If you are Colombia, that's the work being done by the Colombian guide, Jonathan Ramirez.
No real cat and mouse now as a timeout's called. So after the set piece was being set.
Yeah, I mean, Hans, this is really a good time right now for the coaches to just communicate with the players, pass on instructions, make perhaps small adjustments, and Colombia really have to capitalize on the few chances that they are really expected to get over the course of the game. So they have a dangerous set piece right now. We're going to see what's going to, come from it. So Colombia were able to tie Brazil 5 times, right? 2 ties in the Copa America, a 2-2 draw in the group stage of the Copa America in 2017 in Santiago, 0-0 in Buenos Aires back in 2009, and they had a draw this year, 1-1 at the Grand Prix a few months back that was held here in France. A 0-0 draw at the 1998 World Championship that was held in Brazil. And a 0-0 draw as well at the Parapan in Lima, Peru back in 2019. So those were the only 5 times that Colombia were able to tie Brazil out of the 23 matches that both of these teams played against each other.
See The referee's checking the eye shades as the players return to the field of play. Sure they're in position. So timeout concluded. Each team has one timeout per half. So Colombia wanting to make the most, as Anthony pointed out, of this opportunity, because set piece. You can see Gonzalez drifting in just outside the post, dangerously in the penalty area. Nonato marking him. Jhohan setting the defense for Brazil. Guide instructions. Jonathan Ramirez, the guide for Colombia.
Palo izquierdo, he said, right? So the left post if you're Colombia.
PEREZ trying to take a couple of steps and shoot, but that was really well anticipated by Castillo. Came out to defend it. Duvian.
Yeah, nice piece of defending there from Castillo. He was onto Perez's left foot.
Duvian, 1-on-3. Ball runs over the goal line.
Yeah, at times it even seems like Jhohan can see, huh? That's how good he is, really. He's able to find those little spaces to kind of weave his way through. Less than 3 minutes on the clock, still 0-0.
PEREZ. Colombia pressing here. Jhohan turning it over. Jhohan nearly breaks through. Good run. Nonato. Again, solid wall of defense from Colombia. Gonzalez.
Little nutmeg there from Gonzalez on Nonato. And Jhohan is not a starting player, right? Many Brazilians feel like Jhohan should start alongside Ricardinho.
PEREZ! Let's fly with the left foot, not far off the mark.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that left foot on a few occasions.
More substitutions for Brazil.
Jardiel to come off. He scored a lovely free kick goal against France on match day 2.
Jhohan also coming to the sidelines.
Yeah, speaking of Ricardinho, there he is. 3 times the best blind footballer in the world. 4-time Paralympic champ.
Rolls into the offensive area. Just out of the touch of Nonato. Oh, good stop there, Ricardinho. What imagination. Ricardinho creating space for himself. Good defensive stand by Gonzalez. Contest for possession in the midfield. PEREZ ranging up, screened out. Such an imposing force. Garcia Lopez.
There's once again Fabio Vasconcelos. He won the Best Team Sports Coach by the Brazilian Paralympic Committee. Nice change of direction there from Gonzalez. Question now is there a foul on the play? Not according to the ref.
That was a tough tackle.
Not quite sure how I feel about that one.
Great run by Gonzalez. Inside a minute in the first half. Bronze medal match. Scoreless.
Yes, sin falta. Those were the words coming from the Colombian dugout, meaning no foul. Not the case. Just 2 team fouls for Brazil, none for Colombia. Less than 40 seconds to go.
It'll be Brazil with the free kick to restart. And for all the talk of Ricardinho's goal-scoring prowess, which is amazing, he is just such a captain with the ball at his feet. He just creates space for himself. He creates space for his teammate. He creates havoc on defenders.
Yeah, he scored a great goal against France, doing exactly this, right? Shifting direction, slicing his way through. And he can often create space where at times you don't think there is any space there, and he'll find it, and he'll score a wonder goal. He's got 10 goals in the Paralympic Games.
Final seconds of the first half. Last offensive foray perhaps for Colombia. Gonzalez with possession, looking for Perez. Perez shoots, just wide.
Yeah, there was a deflection there off of Nonato that really helped Perez. Off target though on the finish. That's the end of the first half. 0-0, a good first half thus far, Hans. I enjoyed it. What we expected from a South American clash like this one. Keeping in mind, if this result holds, ladies and gentlemen, a penalty shootout is going to determine who will end up with the bronze medal.
Brazil has unhappy memories of penalty shootouts from the semifinal, but we are 0-0. Colombia, Brazil at halftime in the blind football bronze medal match in the Eiffel Tower Stadium, the Paralympic Games, Paris 2024.
Yeah, match day 5 of the Ceci Foot on the 10th day of the Paralympic Games, if I'm not mistaken. Nice to see the crowd here, men and women, young and old, filling the Eiffel Tower Arena bleachers. It has a capacity for just over 10,000 spectators. Not too long ago, this is where the beach volleyball tournament was held, and it still is the place to be, but it definitely was the place to be as well for the beach volleyball competition. A 10-minute halftime break right now, and this is a good chance for us to see some of the highlights here. Brazil off to a hot start with Nonato, 1v1 with ARDILA, almost scoring for the Brazilians. I mean, if you ask me, Hans, ARDILA was the man of the match of the first half. So the man of the first half, he had a couple saves. This was the first one. This was the second. I count at least 4 saves from the Colombian goalkeeper. Nice strike here from Thiago Paraná. He's got a great right foot. Nice effort here from Nonato. Good change of direction there. And these were the back-to-back saves from the Colombian goalkeeper, denying Nonato not once but twice. So that's 5. That's 5 saves from ARDILA.
And the goalkeeping positioning in blind football, you could see arms back because he doesn't want to touch the ball while it's outside the goalkeeper's area, because that would be a penalty. And here are the stats. Brazil with the better of the possession, but Colombia really hung in there, and as you said, Anthony, in the highlights.
Yeah, absolutely. I think these numbers really translate to what we saw over the course of the first half, right? Over 60% ball possession for Brazil, more shots on target. But I always like to say this, Hans, at the end of the day, my friend, what matters is finding the back of the net.
Exactly right.
And Brazil weren't able to do that. I called the 7th place match between Turkey and Japan. In Japan, same story. More possession, more shots on target, more free kicks, more corner kicks. All the numbers were in their favor, but guess who ended up winning the game?
1 minute of brilliance, right?
Yep, 2-0 Turkey. So we're really going to see what's going to happen in the second half. Both teams looking to break the deadlock. Let's just, in the meantime, enjoy the halftime spectacle.
This befits a South American contest. The rhythmic drums are pounding here at the Eiffel Tower Stadium.
Yeah, I mean, the halftime shows over the course, really, of the entire competition have been amazing, right? The volunteers, the dancers, these guys just really doing an excellent job building up the atmosphere, building up the energy.
gives us an opportunity really on this final day of the blind football competition really to say our thanks to the people of Paris, to the volunteers, to the spectators.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely extraordinarily well supported, well organized, and hey, just plain fun.
Absolutely, 100%, buddy. Couldn't agree with you more. It really takes, you know, a lot of minds, a lot of arms and legs, you know, a lot of people to, you know, to make something as great as this happen. So we really have to thank everyone who got involved. From wherever you're watching us around the globe, we're certainly very, very happy to have you here with us on yet another very special Paralympic broadcast. We're here at the Eiffel Tower Stadium. How about this wide shot, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? And as the day turns into night.
And nice to see Fredy on the pitch there. Talk about a popular mascot.
Totally.
Everywhere you look at Paris, you're going to see Fredy.
Yeah, Fredy is definitely on the podium for probably most popular mascot in Paralympic Games history. That's Fredy has had an outstanding week and a half of the Paralympic Games. And look at the tricolor waving at the Eiffel Tower Stadium. France will be playing in the gold medal game, of course, and the place will be rocking for that gold medal match. Bronze medal match, they're enjoying it. And
yeah, the place is already packed as it is, right?
Absolutely.
You can just feel the energy. Exactly. You know, France back in the final after 12 years, right?
Exactly that.
Silver medalists in London 2012, losing to Brazil.
4 of the athletes from that French team from 2012 are competing here in Paris, and the lure of competing on home soil, I think, has kept a number of the French players in the sport, and they find themselves in the gold medal match, which is amazing for them. And this bronze medal match, super entertaining. It's anybody's match at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, they really have, the home field advantage big time.
As Anthony pointed out, during the Olympic Games, this was the beach volleyball venue. They wheeled out the sand, wheeled in a futsal pitch, and here we are at the base of the Eiffel Tower.
You know, I was on that pitch just a few days ago, and I can tell you one thing, my friend. It is a tough sport to play.
Yeah.
It really is tough. I mean, you really have to commend these players. First of all, they're running into each other at full force.
Absolutely.
Right, and they immediately get back up. But you have just no idea where the ball is, especially when the ball is still.
Yeah.
It can be agonizing. I mean, that's how I would describe it. So what these guys can do is honestly very, very impressive, especially the players like Jhohan, Ricardinho.
Exactly that. They can come forward at full pace. They can pull a 360. They will just, the outright audacity of some of the moves that they make is just breathtaking.
Yeah, that quick change in direction, being able to maneuver the ball in such an extraordinary way. Excellent footwork.
And teamwork. And we talked a bit about the guides, and so the goaltender, of course, being cited as one of the 3 guides, and he's directing the defensive play, and the coach at the sidelines is taking the middle third, and then there's a guide behind the offensive goal. So communication between the 4 outfield players and the 3 guides. There's a lot going on, and that sense of hearing and communication skills between the players is just absolutely extraordinary. It's almost telepathic.
Yeah, communication is key. I mean, other than being a good coach, a good guide, a good goalkeeper, right? So a good athlete, a good leader, you have to learn how to just communicate the best way possible so that your teammates, know exactly what to do, know which way to go. So, commentating blind football, I can tell you one thing, is easier than playing it, right?
Oh, gosh, no kidding.
It's easier said than done.
Absolutely right.
I can tell our viewers that much.
Yep. Put yourself on a futsal pitch, folks. Blindfold yourself. Take a blind football ball that has sound and try to maneuver. And it'll give you an idea of what these athletes do, and it is truly breathtaking.
Yeah, you talked about futsal. Yeah, the measurements on the field are the same as futsal. The ball is around the same size and weight as well.
The main difference, of course, is that the blind football ball has a sound-making device inside the ball, which is why silence is asked for, but not at halftime. At halftime, the crowd can go nuts, and they are absolutely engaged. But that's another thing that's impressed me, Anthony, is the spectators have quickly understood and appreciated the protocols for the athletes. You know, when it's time to play, silence descends. They let the players play. They want to cheer when something is in motion, but then they'll quickly realize they have to hold back. So, you know, credit to the spectators as well. They've embraced Foot as what it is, which is a splendid athletic endeavor, but they're playing their part too.
Yeah, I think for the first time, many viewers, many people in attendance are seeing a silent Ola.
Exactly.
Right?
That.
Isn't that just fascinating?
It absolutely is. It's just right on
right
cue.
Now, just perfect timing, huh? As we're getting ready to go for the final chapter, as I like to say, right? The final 15 minutes of playing time. So everyone is quieting down.
Yeah, let's enjoy this. Look to the right of your picture. This is something that's become a trademark of the Eiffel Tower Stadium in the blind football tournament. A silent wave. Fantastic.
Colombia will have first possession for the second chapter.
There is that silent wave making its way around the stadium. Fantastic. A real signature of PEREZ. Only one place in the world we could be.
Right here, my friend, you are 100% right.
Whistle sounds and play resumes in the second half of the bronze medal match. It is Colombia versus Brazil. Colombia in the yellow, Brazil in the green. We are scoreless at halftime.
Yeah, so important to point out that the fouls reset, right? So each team is allowed 4 team fouls in the half, starting from the 5th. I've said this before, the opposing side gets a direct free kick from the 8-meter mark. That's not where the penalty kicks are taken, though. The penalty kicks are from the 6-meter mark, so right there on the edge of the area.
First corner opportunities. We enjoy some of the capacity crowd here at the Eiffel Tower Stadium who are supporting these teams vocally.
Yeah, that was a Flamengo jersey.
You are an aficionado of jerseys, my friend.
Just a few of them.
Real battle on the kickboard. Drop ball being called.
It might seem obvious at this point, but we talked about the board, so I'm sure our viewers have already figured out that there are no sideline throws.
Yeah, exactly right. So restarts will either be a kick-in or a drop ball.
Não, Luan. Ele não precisa tocar, não.
There's the drop ball. Referee caught up, and so it was played down. He inadvertently screamed. Sorry about that, guys. You're too fast.
Yeah, GARCIA was ready to just run in the opposite direction, wasn't he? He was ready to go.
So we'll have a restart. Turning over possession, sporting spirit.
Yeah, nice fair play there from Colombia. To send it back.
Brazil bring it forward. Ricardinho runs over the goal line. And it will be a corner for Brazil. Ricardinho to take. Tirapana alongside to make the touch and to screen. Daria setting the defensive wall. Brazil is so dangerous all the time, but especially on set piece. Ricardinho trying to fight his way into the penalty area. The ball's still loose. Good defensive play from Hernandez. He's looking for Gonzalez down the left wing, but a little bit too long. Over the goal line, turnover possession. Now Brazil on attack.
Yeah, it really has been the Colombian strategy over the entire competition to just defend all the time and attack when they can. And it's a strategy that has worked, right? Playing on the counterattack, especially with this guy, Jhon Gonzalez. But he's really up against a tough defense.
Brazil so organized. Nonato. Oh, opportunity there for Nonato. He was looking dangerous.
Yeah, he was disrupted there by Jesus Lopez, the Colombian number 6, who was able to disrupt the flow of the run just in the nick of time. And always a fun moment, of course, when you see yourself on the big screen. Also to keep in mind, Brazil have not yet conceded a goal in the Paralympic Games. Colombia have conceded just one. It was that goal to France late in the game in the semifinal.
It's a brilliant goal by Villarreal, the French captain. That ball shepherded over the back line by Lopez. Colombia on the restart, trying a quick counter once again. Hernandez. Gonzalez. Wheels to create space. Lovely turn. Gonzalez! Great stop.
Yeah, that is why he's the danger man. That's why he's the star man for Colombia. Look at that change in direction. He was able to dribble his way forward. 1v1 with Luan, who came up with a big-time save.
Loses its momentum before it goes over the goal line, so it stays live. Silva. Parana. Tackle by Martinez. Back heel. Lovely touch. Nonato contesting. Gonzalez all over him. Good inside step. Ball rolling dangerously in the penalty area. Good opportunity for Brazil, but once again, Colombia stave it off. Ricardinho letting the defender know they've got a right to come forward.
Yeah, Thiago Paraná was the player who was able to work himself inside, right? And he's the guy who can really punch through those compact defenses that I like to call. This is the replay of that earlier run from Gonzalez. It was sensational. Luan with the save with his right arm getting in the way of the trajectory of the ball. A little kid there couldn't believe it.
That was so close to a Colombian goal. PEREZ returns to the pitch. Juan PEREZ.
And he plays in the Brazilian league in Apadevi. Lost his sight at the age of 12 and became a blind footballer 4 years after that at 16 from Piedecuesta in northeastern Colombia.
A lofted pass. Good turn. Snapshot. Just wide. Silva.
Yeah, lovely work there from Tiago to find room, find space. Couldn't find the goal though.
the area in the zone of the dangerous PEREZ. Comes over the goal line, turnover possession, Ricardinho. Ricardinho wheels, creates space. Up the barrier, PEREZ, key stop. Ball drifting onwards, PEREZ, chase. Ricardinho. Can he get it through? It does roll through, but just out of the direction of Nonato, who was lurking.
Yeah, oftentimes Ricardinho is able to dribble through. Not all the time, though. A few Brazilians in the stands. In the middle of the French flags there.
Got a brief glimpse of the eye patching as PEREZ was adjusting his eye shade. He will take a moment.
Yeah, all of these players, just to point out to our viewers, Hans, they're what we call in blind football the B1 category, which means you're 100% blind. You have other categories, B2, B3, which means you're partially sighted, but at the Paralympic Games you are B1. So these players rely solely on sound to play the game. That's why, right, the crowd is urged to quiet down, because any noise coming from the stands can get in the way of things, obviously.
Exactly that. So even though legally fully blind, some athletes have a little bit of light perception, and hence the eye patching and the eye shade. So all athletes in the outfield on an absolute equal footing.
Jhohan's going to jump back in. He scored a golazo as well in that 3-0 win against Turkey, actually, on match day 1. So the top scorer of the competition is Nonato with 3. He scored twice against Turkey. And the second top scorer is PEREZ for Colombia with 2.
Defensive wall set for Colombia. Ricardinho over the ball. Ricardinho trying to fight his way through, but again, good defensive stand from Hernandez. There we see some assisted devices, allowing the fans in the stands to enjoy this as well. Fantastic.
Yeah, this is very important. This really illustrates how blind football is more than just a sport. It's an inclusive sport, right? And it's awesome to see that the popularity of the game has really improved. It has really increased. 64 nations affiliated to IBSA, the International Blind Sports Federation.
All enjoying this beautiful game. Nonato turns. Another big stop from Gonzalez. Throws in some space. Just could not make the turn in.
Yeah, lost track of the ball there just as he was about to go into a 1v1 situation with Luan. Less than 10 minutes to go. Still goalless, my friend Hans.
Well, that one rolls to the penalty area. Dangerous for Nonato. The guides are into it. We're all into it. How is this one going to end? It's the bronze medal match. Paralympic Games, Paris 2024. Brazil, Colombia. And it's been a beauty. Evenly contested. Anybody's match, really. Brazil with the stronger of the attacking opportunities, but Colombia, they've created a few as well.
Yeah, Brazil with 6 goals scored in the Paralympic Games, 3 from Nonato, and 1 from Ricardinho, Jhohan, and Jardiel.
Whistle on the heavy contact. Free kick is going to be awarded, I believe, as we're going to have a substitute. Juan PEREZ is going to return to the action for Colombia.
Colombia with 2 goals in the competition, both of them scored by this guy.
Coutinho. Defensive positioning being set by Daria, the goalkeeper. Jhohan!
Yeah, of the 4 outfield players for Brazil right now, we have Ricardinho, Nonato, and Jefinho. So a very offensive formation. GARCIA all by himself with the defensive responsibility. So we're going to really see how Colombia can explore that, right? Now that PEREZ is on the field and GONZALEZ is already on. So we really have all the elements now for a back and forth game with, 8 minutes and 27 seconds on the clock. As I like to say, fasten your seatbelts.
Absolutely that.
Just as I said that, Ricardinho comes off.
Well, it's almost like any athlete that Brazil puts on the pitch is a danger man, and Thiago da Silva is no slouch when he's coming forward either. So not sacrificing much on offense, but it is going to be a defensive stand here for Brazil as we are in a set-piece situation for Colombia.
Yeah, a bit more of a balanced formation now with Tiago on the pitch.
Gonzalez and Martinez over the ball for Colombia. We'll listen to the defensive positioning. Restart wasn't quite fair. Garcia said, "You said play, let's go."
A little too anxious there from Cássio Reis.
5-meter gap.
5-meter gap, important, yes. 2 Paralympic goals for Cássio. 1 goal in 2016, 1 in 2020.
Snapshot attempt into the defensive wall. Good positioning from Brazil, appreciated by the younger spectators here at the Eiffel Tower Stadium.
Yeah, really nice to see the younger generations enjoying the sport, isn't it?
Absolutely. Corner kick for Colombia. Colombia, no, Brazil, heavily favored. Oh. Audacious little flip pass, but intercepted alertly by Goncalves. Nonato away. Goncalves tidies up. Jefinho with the intercept. Jefinho. Heavy contact there, no whistle. Play on.
Yeah, that was all ball, though. It was rough contact, but it was all ball from Martinez. Brazil have the corner kick. And then just to recap, right, the campaign. So Brazil started off with a 3-0 win over Turkey, then a 3-0 win over France, a 0-0 tie with China. They advanced to the semifinals. That is the first team of Group A. They tied Argentina 0-0 in the semifinals and lost in the penalty shootout 4-3 with Ricardinho, of all players, missing the decisive kick off the post.
Penalties are a cruel situation, sometimes even to the greatest. And Ricardinho, certainly one of the greatest.
And so far, that is where we're heading right now, my friend. Colombia started their campaign with a 1-0 win over Japan. A goalless draw with Argentina, followed by another 1-0 win over Morocco. And then in the semifinals, lost to host France. That is why both teams are playing the bronze medal game.
Nonato double covered on the kickboard. Gonzalez turns it away. Circles and resets. Fires it to the open side looking for PEREZ. Takes it off the kickboard. PEREZ has possession. One man to beat, but that man was Cássio. It will be another free kick for Colombia.
Yeah, Luan, though, you saw he immediately approached the ref. He disagrees with the decision of awarding the foul in Colombia's favor here. He's basically claiming that Cássio got the ball first. Either way, Colombia have the set piece. Once again, Fabio Vasconcelos there, who coached futsal, indoor football, in Campina Grande, which is a city in the state of Paraíba, in the northeastern portion of Brazil. And once again, Fernando Carrillo, you see, the former Santander head coach, manager of the Colombian side since 2017.
So This is at medium range, but good opportunity for a set piece play for Colombia. Looking for PEREZ. Tried to turn, but quickly, Parada. Aggressive defending and then brings it straight up the pitch. Turns. Tiago Parada. Just past Nonato. Jhohan. Goncalves contesting in the corner. Will that be a corner? I think it might be. He took it back over the goal line.
Yeah, we're past the midway point in the second half, and the analysis that we can make is that Brazil are not as superior in this half as we saw in the first half, right? Colombia have been able to even out the attacking opportunities.
Jhohan wheels. It goes! Jhohan! Goal! Brazil!
Yeah, what a golazo from Jhohan. Worked his way inside, found space, found room. A lovely laser into the corner. No chances for ARDILA, his second of the Paralympic Games. Let's have a look at it again. Look at the replay there. The right-footed shot. Such power on that finish. Brazil are ahead 1-0. His 10th goal in the history of the Paralympic Games, his second in Paris. Jhohan, who lost his vision at the age of 7 due to glaucoma. It took the Brazilians a while, but they lead.
Just a snapshot. ARDILA beaten. Jhohan, wow, what a laser. Substitution. Hernandez on. Lopez off.
It took at least, what, 5 to 6 shots to beat ARDILA.
It's a piece of brilliance from Jhohan.
We're going to see now how Colombia can rally.
This is going to push them. You do feel like, Anthony, they're going to have to make an adjustment. They're going to have to take some risks. They're going to have to come forward. That's not their natural game. But in this circumstance, bronze medal match, you got to go for it, don't you?
Absolutely. And, you know, Fernando Carrillo has offensive players on the bench, right? Lino COCA is one of them. He did play in the group stage. HERNANDEZ, the midfielder, on the field as well. So Colombia right now playing only with one defender. That's MARTINEZ, the number 5.
Goncalves went full stretch to try and block the ball, but he's got some contact with his hands. So play whistled down, and Brazil will have the opportunity to restart. The shoelace is tied on that magic right boot for Jhohan. That's the goal-scoring foot. Jhohan dancing around the edge of the penalty area. Colombia turnover position.
Yeah, just incredible footwork from Jhohan.
That one squirts back over the goal line, so it will be a corner for Colombia. Chance for them on the set piece.
2 team fouls on either side.
2 players in the corner because it has to be a touch to the second player before the ball can enter the net. So set up in tandem, often on the corner kick. Direct barge attempt there from PEREZ. But a fairly immovable wall from Brazil.
Nice to see Colombians and Brazilians side by side in the bleachers.
Absolutely.
Many French as well.
Wonderful, wonderful atmosphere at the Eiffel Tower Stadium right throughout this blind football tournament.
Yeah, really. Every single game has been just incredible. Even when there was rain, right? It was always a great place to be.
Alberto Silva makes the turn. Beautiful turn.
Yeah, Tiago very physical, huh?
Donato. Closely marked. Heavy contact. Free kick awarded. Now it's Brazil's turn for the set piece. Another look.
And just clipping Nonato there. The foul from Jhon Gonzalez, who lost his vision at the age of 12, much like his teammate Juan PEREZ, but he lost his sight due to a bacterial infection.
Nonato lurking. Colombia alert to that. Guides directing PEREZ to go and shadow Nonato. 3 in the wall. Jhohan over it. More defensive instructions from Ardila.
Keeper ready. Silence Colombia.
Guide.
Dá pra fazer aquilo que a gente comentou agora, certo? Beleza? Induz pouquinho. Quem tá na sua saída do seu lado direito é o Gonzalez. Beleza? Se liga, do outro lado é o Martinez. Se você induzir pouquinho dessa velocidade, finaliza rápido. Tranquilo? Fio, sua direita. Nonato tá pouco mais perto na banda, Fio.
You can listen to the work being done by the guide. Macena, there he is. He's indicating to his players where the goalposts are. And he has a rosary there in his right hand.
Bringing everything to the table. Restart for Brazil. Try to bring it into the center, but Colombia cut it off well. Hernandez. Loose in midfield.
And the goal scored by Jhohan was Brazil's 61st goal in the history of the Paralympic Games. If this result holds, it'll be the 24th win for Brazil in the history of the competition. So since 2004.
Ball rolling forward, it's loose in the area. Jhohan got a touch. Ardila had to be sharp.
Yeah, good piece of defending there from Martinez.
Nonato turns. Nonato! Just wide.
He almost went all the way, Nonato, didn't he? Able to slice his way through. 1v1 with Ardila. Left foot on the ball. Unable to place it on frame.
Colombia turn.
That really just shows you what Nonato's capable of. He might get a second chance now.
Key stop from Hernandez. Rolling it dangerously up the middle. Gonzalez. Heavy contact, ball rolls over the goal line, turnover ball. Here come Brazil. Just over 4 minutes remaining in this gold medal match. Brazil lead 1-0. Jhohan. Jhohan, PEREZ steals it. Nonato quickly back on defense. Castillo goes cross pitch. Gonzalez. Here are the instructions from the guides. PEREZ. Looking for Gonzalez.
Yeah, less than 4 minutes to go now. And just to point out that Colombia are at 3 team fouls. So 2 more and Brazil have the direct free kick.
Anger there from the Colombians. They wanted the fast restart. And it is Nonato, the tournament's leading goal scorer. And here's his chance.
Almost his 4th goal of the Paralympic Games. It would have been his 11th in the history of the competition. He scored 6 in Tokyo. Michael and Ricardinho are going to jump back in.
Substitutions being prepared by the looks of things on the Brazilian bench. And you can see Jhon preparing to join Ricardinho.
So Colombia need the equalizer, and they have 2 forwards on the bench. Lino COCA, who did play in the group stage, and Julian Jaramillo, the 23-year-old forward, yet to make his debut in the Paralympic Games. So, you know, good question to ask yourself right now. Is Fernando Carrillo going to, you know, have these players enter the contest?
Jhon Jr., very strong defender, on for Brazil, looking to protect this lead.
Yeah, I said this in the beginning of the broadcast, but one of the only 2 players alongside Jonathan who were not part of the squad in Tokyo. Look at the shots there. 10 for Brazil, 5 on target. One of those went in.
Renato giving chase. Gonzalez tracks, turns, looking for PEREZ. PEREZ has it. 1-on-4. Dancing, evading, dishing. Good defending again from Renato. Sensing a jersey pull, the arm went in the air.
Yeah, he was halted in his tracks by Jhon Gonzalez. And just to translate to our viewers, this assistance here is just incredible, isn't it? This is awesome. And just to translate to our viewers, the Colombian guide said la zurda, which means your left foot. Right, so he was trying to indicate to PEREZ, it's the communication that we were talking about. He was trying to indicate to PEREZ that he was supposed to work his way inside and get on that left foot.
Just fantastic inputs that these athletes get from the sound of the ball, from the sound of the guides. And they translate that into incredible physical action. 2:45 remain. Brazil looking to preserve this 1-0 lead. They will restart. Ricardinho dances away. Continues up the kickboard. This is the third of the field that Brazil want to be playing in. Colombia dump it out. Castillo happy to shepherd it over the goal line. Turnover possession.
14 fouls for Colombia now, so 1 more, and Brazil have the direct free kick.
Jhon coming forward. See that Daria had to wait until that ball rolled into the goalkeeper's area before he could play it. Colombia pressing forward. It's Renato! It's off the post!
Almost another golazo from Renato. Such an incredible individual effort. His footwork really is something else, isn't it?
Absolutely. Now PEREZ is trying to come up the other way. Just keeps it inside the goal line. Luan snatches as it enters into the goalkeeper's area. Heavy contact, play on. Leaps again for Renato!
Yeah, wide again. He's had his chances, hasn't he?
Always dangerous. Here's PEREZ! What a block by Jhon. Maybe a match saver.
Yeah, you heard the reaction from the bleachers. That well could have been the Colombian equalizer.
Heavy contact as Jhon presses forward. Continuing. Still with possession. Heavy tackle, but call of voy meant fair tackle, play on. PEREZ. That's a heavy push from Castillo. I think a bronze medal doesn't mean something to these guys, Anthony. They are really attacking, defending with everything they've got.
Yeah, a late equalizer would be historic, really, for Colombia. Doesn't seem likely, though. Less than 30 seconds at this moment. Brazil with their 6th straight Paralympic medal.
We are inside the final seconds of this bronze medal match. Perhaps one final opportunity for Colombia. Spectators, Ardila says, boys, time's running out. everything forward. Tiago de Silva Parana along the kickboards as we are going to have a timeout. Last chance for Colombia to make a set play, and Brazil last chance to prepare for that assault.
Yeah, last chance for Fabio Vasconcelos, the 50-year-old head coach you see there, to pass out instructions to his players. Fernando Carrillo is doing the same in the Colombian dugouts. And here's that earlier run from Nonato, able to muscle his way through, punch his way through 1v1. The shot took a touch off the post, almost Brazil's second. Ardila had a touch as well. Another save for Jhohan Ardila.
A sense of the incredible attacking skill of Nonato. Leading goal scorer in the tournament, nearly adding to his total there. You know, the tricolor are being applied in the stands. The gold medal match upcoming.
There's Nonato. He is the top scorer of the competition. 3 goals to his name. Jhohan and Juan PEREZ from Colombia have 2. Argentina have reached the final with only 1 goal scored, my friend, and none conceded.
It's all about timing, isn't it?
Yeah, that goal scored by Osvaldo Fernandez against Japan.
20 seconds remain. It will be Brazil with the restart. Colombia will have to come out and attack, turn over possession, and go upfield really quickly if they're going to create an offensive chance. Here comes the Colombian attack. Free kick awarded to Colombia. So this will be their one chance to launch. 13 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, if Colombia want to drive forward, now's the time. 13 seconds.
Got to move almost 35 meters and get a shot away. Hernandez rolls it through, but Luan coolly retrieves. And that will do it for Brazil. Final buzzer sounds, and Brazil have claimed the bronze medal in blind football.
Yeah, congratulations to Brazil. Their 6th straight Paralympic medal in blind football. The first time it's not gold. The 3rd place finish for the Brazilians. But you really have to praise, you really have to congratulate the Colombians as well, right? A 4th place finish on their Paralympic debut is historic. They reached the semifinals as the top team of Group B, a tough team, right, with strong squads like Argentina, like Japan, like Morocco as well. So you really have to congratulate these guys for being on this very stage, the big stage, right? Perhaps the biggest of them all.
The goal from Jhohan, the difference is Brazil claiming the bronze medal by a 1-0 score.
Yeah, Igolasso 24 minutes into the match. There's a prayer there from Jhon Gonzalez, the Colombian striker. Jhohan with his 10th goal in the history of the Paralympic Games, his 2nd this competition, enough to hand Brazil the bronze medal.
So it will be yet another trip to the podium for Brazil.
The question now, who's going to finish with gold? Who's going to finish with silver, my friend? It's going to be good, huh?
It is medal game day as we have a look at the final match statistics, but as you said, Anthony, only one stat that really counts, and that's the top one.
Yeah, but I think these numbers really translate to what we saw over the course of the game, right? Brazil with more ball possession, more shots on target, and more goals.